The price of Alchemy Pay, of the ACH token, is currently going parabolic. So chances are you found this video simply by searching for Alchemy Pay or by searching for the ACH token. And who can blame you? The price went up by 60% in just the last 24 hours. Now the question is, does it make sense to jump on this rally, right? Who's currently buying this? What's the news around all of this? Let's jump into this. It's very interesting. When you actually look at the on-chain data, at the blockchain data, you find some very unusual characteristics of this rally. So let's go into this. This is Alchemy Pay and is currently at 4.5 cents and it went up from roughly 1 cent just at the beginning of the year, right? So a really massive rally, not just in the last 24 hours. Note how big the token is, because this becomes interesting once we look at potential manipulation here. So we are looking at market rank 161. We are looking at a market cap of a bit over 200 million. The fully diluted market cap is a bit over 400 million. So the issued supply so far is roughly half, right? Circulating supply is half of total supply. 200 million, that's what we are looking at. What's also interesting around this rally, let's zoom out a little bit, is the trading volume. The trading volume here apparently is massive, right? It has never been that high in the past during those kinds of rallies. Let's zoom out a bit further, right? It's pretty much similar to what we have seen during the rally in 2021, okay? A massive rally that then dumped afterwards. Now we're just starting off this rally, so maybe it makes sense to jump on this, right? Now, what is so interesting around this? What's actually, first of all, causing this? It's apparently an integration with Google Pay. So we've got now Alchemy Pay supporting 10 currencies, including the US dollar, the euro, the Korean won, and the New Zealand dollar. Alchemy Pay, in just a short form, right? Alchemy Pay is simply just a bridge between fiat and crypto. So if you're a merchant and you want to get your crypto crowd to pay in crypto, but you only accept fiat, Alchemy Pay is a bridge between those, right? Between the vendor that uses fiat and between you who uses crypto. That's what Alchemy Pay is doing, and the token itself simply is used for transaction fees, okay, for network fees. That's the overall product. Now let's look at something that's very unusual here, where I want to point your attention on. Of course, the high trading volume is always a bit of a problem, right? When attention goes down on a coin, the price also tends to go down. But the question is always, when does the attention actually move on to the next coin? Maybe this can stabilize for a while. What I find interesting around the trading here is where this trading is happening. It's mainly happening on Binance and on Coinbase and on Qcoin and on Kraken, but very, very little on decentralized exchanges. Here, look at this. Binance, 30% trading volume, 15% trading volume, Coinbase, Qcoin. The very first decentralized exchange we have over here is PancakeSwap, and that's 15% over here, 0.15% over here. That's the largest trading volume in a decentralized way. Then we've got Uniswap for wrapped Ethereum. So when you look at the token itself, the token address, and you put this into DEX Screener, here, look at this, let's load DEX Screener. The largest liquidity pool that we can find on decentralized exchanges is worth 500,000 only. Okay, so the market cap of this project is more than 200 million, but what's liquid in decentralized exchanges is less than 1 million. Now, why is this problematic? It's problematic because the trading happens all on centralized exchanges, which are essentially a black box, right? You can barely see what happens regarding manipulation on centralized exchanges. It's harder to manipulate decentralized exchanges because everything is open. In decentralized exchanges, that's not the case. This was the first red flag that I noticed over here, right? When you've got that little decentralized trading happening, but at the same time a rally like this is very likely intentional by, for example, whales on Binance. Now the second thing that I found very suspicious here is the holder growth. Now what you can do is, at least for the few tokens that are still traded in a decentralized manner, you can at least look into those trading transactions and you can look at how many wallets are currently holding the token. And you can do this by putting certain thresholds on the holder wallets, right? You could say, I want the holder wallets to at least hold, say, 100 tokens or 1,000 tokens, etc. So you can split this up and you can look at what is basically retail doing, right? The people that only hold maybe $10 worth of the token. And what is the rail crowd doing, right? What are the very large wallets doing that hold maybe $20,000 worth of the token? So you can then see, for example, are the whales currently selling off? Is retail jumping in? How's this whole dynamic playing out? Now this here is the number of holders of that Ethereum-based token that hold at least 100 tokens, okay? The number of wallets with at least 100 tokens. And this is going up relatively steadily, which is a positive thing. But we also see this massive jump over here, right? We had a pretty much flat line and then it jumped just at the beginning of August 2021. Okay, when we look at the price chart at the beginning of 2021, right, this is when this massive rally here happened, right? On the 1st of August, it was still relatively low. So the smart money went in first and then it jumped up and then we had this massive rally. Okay, we see this for the retail crowd. We see this even stronger for the whale crowd. So the whales are, of course, as usual, outperforming. The number of people that held at least, how many tokens do I have here? 500,000, okay, 500,000. These really jumped up. So they really caused the rally and they bought very, very early into this, made all of these gains during this massive spike. Now we've got again a pretty impressive spike, right? So we saw already the number of holders increasing very drastically on the 1st and 2nd of August, just at the beginning of this rally. Now during the current rally, this is different, right? We don't see a jump here anymore of the holders, right? This massive jump that we saw before of the number of holders, it's not there anymore, not by the whales and not by the retail crowd. It's simply constant, right? It's stagnant. So all of the trading happens on centralized exchanges. Nothing happens on the decentralized exchanges. The number of holders isn't increasing. And this is a very, very different rally to the one we have seen here in the past. So this is something to keep an eye on, right? This is very likely been triggered by larger whales. There is a news underpinning this. But that being said, this kind of a rally is probably not justified, right? This is, in the end, probably some kind of pump and dump. What you can do, right, if you're still considering to jump on this, even though we don't see the number of holders increasing, which would be normally a positive sign, right? You want to see more people getting in, not just the existing people buying more, right? If you still want to jump on this, and I can't blame you for this, right? These kind of rallies can continue for a while. What I would do is I would set a smart stop loss, because once the momentum turns around, as we have seen in the past, right? Once it doesn't go up anymore like this, right? This was a multi-day rally, but once it stops, then it crashes, and then usually the crash is more or less permanent until we've really come back to our regular levels. If you consider jumping on this, then make sure to set a stop loss. Usually these kinds of corrections, let's look at this intraday, they are up to 40%, okay? So what you could do if you're interested in this is to set something called a trailing stop loss. So you adjust your stop loss whenever the price goes up relative to this new all-time high. So when we look at the current all-time high, it's been roughly 50 cents. So you want to say, okay, I want to be out of this once we go 40% below the all-time high, which would currently be 30 cents, right? From 50 cents to 30 cents is a 40% loss. So that's what probably makes most sense, because these kinds of corrections, once they overcorrect, right, once they are large enough, then it's very hard to continue to build up the momentum, and the trading volume is already very high. You need to have some kind of a plan when doing these kinds of trades when you want to get out. Do you want to get out when you've reached a certain price level, right, when the rally has climbed for a while? Do you want to get out when the trading volume is going down? Do you want to get out when the certain price level has reached, right? When the momentum isn't upwards anymore, but when it's crashing down now? You need to have some kind of a plan. Just jumping on these rallies without any kind of exit plan is very, very dangerous, because then what psychologically happens is you're holding on to the bag, right? You're simply just buying it, hoping for it to recover. But that's then when you get slaughtered, when all the whales are selling off, and that's when the price goes down, when the inflation of the token takes over. And that's not why you in the end went into the token in the first place. So have a plan if you consider getting to this. I personally don't, even though I do think there is a fair chance that we will see further rises. Alchemy is still not in the top 100. Once it gets into the top 100, this usually also creates an additional point of more attention, right? When it's in top 100, a lot of people look at CoinMarketCap, look at the top 100. Once it reaches this, very likely new buyers come in as well. But have a plan to exit in case the trade doesn't work out. Also have a plan to exit in case the rally continues, right? At what point in time do you want to exit? Be careful. This is very likely, to a certain degree, some manipulation. There isn't a lot of on-chain activity happening. There aren't more offline holders of the tokens, right? Holders that hold it directly in their wallet. It's all just short-term speculation within centralized exchanges. So be aware of this. This is likely a short-term rally that at some point in time will turn around. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after tomorrow, but I don't see Alchemy Pay suddenly becoming a top 10 cryptocurrency, right? Be aware of that. If you're looking for a community to share interesting ideas around altcoins, if you want to talk to me directly, feel free to check out our Discord channel and our Telegram channel down below. Looking forward to see you there, and of course looking forward to see you in the next video as well. Bye bye.